Welcome to Trade Talk, the podcast where construction pros connect, share, and grow. Brought to you by Contractors Connect, this show dives into real-world issues facing today's builders on and off the job site.
Whether you're swinging a hammer, running a crew, or scaling a business, we've got the insights, stories, and expert tips to help you level up in the building industry.
I'm Sarah White.
And I'm Erin Bacher. And together, we'll be talking shop with industry leaders, tradespeople, and innovators who are shaping the future of construction.
Let's get to work. This is Trade Talk. Welcome back to Trade Talk, the podcast where we connect the people, stories, and ideas shaping the building industry. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Lindsay, and today our guest is Alex Medina, owner of Unlimited Surfaces, a company that specializes in commercial flooring and surface solutions. Alex has built a successful business while also raising 5 children and navigating the challenges that comes with that.
Yeah, the 5 children part is the biggest challenge,
Right.
I would say. But one thing that makes her story especially interesting is that she is a proud owner of a woman-owned business, and the business has roots that go all the way back to 1939.
And that's pretty incredible. The company continues to evolve across multiple states.
Yeah, so I'm excited to sit down with her and learn more about it.
Let's dive in.
Want to grow your network and your business? Join Contractors Connect, the go-to networking group for professionals in the building industry. For just $400 a year, members get 4 complimentary meetup tickets per year, a featured spot in our online directory, visibility at every Contractors Connect event, and more. Whether you're a contractor, vendor, or service pro, there's a place for you here. Join today at contractors-connect.com/memberships, and let's build something great together.
All right, Alex, thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited to learn more about your business. Tell us a little bit about how you got started.
Thank you guys so much for having me. My name is Alex. I'm a flooring contractor, originally from California. I'm a 4th generation flooring contractor, but the first female. I founded this business about almost 20 years ago, 2008. So coming up on that pretty soon. Can't believe it. I feel like I'm just like 25.
Yeah.
But I'm not. So that's all I've ever really known. I started working for my dad in high school, just wanted some side cash, working at the company, learning, answering phones, like the typical family business story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Unlimited Surfaces traces back to 1939. How did it get started? How did your family, get into this?
Well, technically, my maiden name is Baca, and my dad, my grandpa, and his grandpa, they were all also flooring contractors. And so that is how it's been traced back that way. We've got 4 generations of, experience, education, life experience. You know, it's a really nice thing that we have the combination of the experience of the old stuff, but also we're always learning and growing and want to know what's up and coming, because some of the new stuff is great, but sometimes the old stuff is still working too,
Yeah.
100%.
So was there a moment when you knew you wanted to carry on the family business?
When I had kids, I had worked in the family business for a long time when I was younger, and then just your typical family business, you leave, you run out, go to college. I worked through college. When I graduated, I wanted to try my hand at something different. And I was really successful at that. But it was very time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
I was traveling a lot, which was great when you're young and single.
Yeah.
But then I met my husband and we had a baby. And I was like, I can't go travel the country every weekend, So I really dove back into being the flooring contractor and doing more construction because I can do that at home, even with a baby.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be a part of this company that's been around for so long and to be able to continue on the family business?
It's really cool. It's definitely nice to know that I have that support, like with my dad, he's still with us and he's still involved. And
We see him at Contractors
yes,
Connect.
he does. He's the face. He's one of the faces of us, which is nice. And getting him back out there is fun, because he's been behind the scenes for a lot of years. And now he's like, I'm like, hey, Dad, go back out there. Let's grow again. You've done this a couple times. Time to expand in Florida. We landed here in 22 and we still do run our business in California, but also we're growing out here and we love it here. There's so much expansion and growth happening out here. And so if we're going to stay here, and I have 5 kids now, and I'm like, we got to grow so they have something to have as well.
Yeah. So you think that you'll pass it on to one of your kids?
If they want it, yeah, definitely. I mean, I didn't think I wanted it when I was a kid, but then, you learn that working for yourself is the goal. When you're young, you're like, oh, I want to do this. I want to travel. I want to do all these things that are fun jobs, but really you realize a job that makes you money, you can do all those things for fun.
And time is freedom, especially when you have a family.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, being in construction as a mom, as a woman, it's funny because my name's Alex. So no.
Oh, they don't know before they see you.
Yeah. When I show up for a meeting, they're like, "Is Alex here?" I'm like, "Hi." They're like, "Oh." Yeah. I remember a long time ago, some contractor called me yelling about something, and I answer, and then he just starts yelling. Doesn't even hear me say hi, and then he hears my kids in the background, and then he hears me talk back. He goes, "Oh, you're a mom? You're a woman?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I would never would have talked to you like that." I was like, "Well, thanks, but for one, you shouldn't talk to anybody like that."
Right. Yeah.
Right. But if you're a contractor, sometimes you got to deal with people, and that's
Some
just
gruff
not even
personalities.
Exactly. But it's it's funny. I've always had that growing up, even playing sports, showing up as Alex. They put me in the boys' camp, which I'm fine with.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
I'm used to playing with the boys, so it's okay.
Yeah. So family business can be extremely rewarding, but also has its unique challenges. How's the experience been for you?
Both. Yeah. It's both. I mean, I've run the business. I do a lot of the the procurement and the getting the jobs and bidding the jobs and all that stuff. But my mom actually does the back office stuff.
Okay.
All the insurance and the payroll and all that stuff that, once you get to a certain point, I was doing it all for a long time, but at a certain point you can't do it all.
Yeah.
Right.
And outsourcing is important. So having my mom do that is great because one of my dad's old businesses he lost from bad employees.
Oh, really?
Taking things that weren't theirs and such. And so having my mom be in charge of our money is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's also not a good thing because it's your mom being like, what did you spend this on?
Right.
What was this on?"
Right. Yeah.
But overall, it's a really good thing because I know that she's looking out for us and our family. So
How do you separate family business from your personal time with
don't.
them?
there is no separation.
Yeah.
Although once we start drinking, we're not talking business anymore.
Yeah.
Because somebody didn't like this thing and something like that thing. It's not after 6 o'clock. Let's just kind of,
you got to turn it off.
We do, and my dad doesn't know how to do that. And my mom and I will be like,
Right.
Dad, we're not working anymore. We'll deal with that tomorrow, because people, and it's passion, it's your family business. It's it's how you make your money. It's, so it is important, but you also need to learn to turn it off.
Yeah.
Which is hard because my mom and I are also friends. So it's I talk to her every day, but it's we talk work all the time, so it's hard, but it's also, it's the best option for us.
Yeah.
What's a piece of advice you would give people maybe looking to get into their family business? Something that you've learned along the way.
Oh gosh. Listen more than you speak. And that's really for everybody, but really, especially if you're trying.
I would say, and especially early on, that's you think you come in and you're like, I'm the young blood, I know what I'm doing.
Especially fresh out of trade school or fresh out of college, I have all these ideas, which could be great, know.
But you gotta
learn why they did things the way they did.
100%.
Exactly. And, be in it for a while and then learn maybe this system is good, but it could be better this way, so definitely don't come in too hot and heavy. Just sit and learn. And then when the time comes, do bring your good ideas because they can be great.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think we have our family owns a business. It's in the same line of work as us. And we definitely, mistakes were made early on by just not listening, just coming in hot and thinking you know it all. So that's great advice.
Totally.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about Unlimited Services and what you guys specialize in.
So Unlimited Services, like I said, we were founded in 2008. Based out of California, we are a flooring contractor, and we do everything from multifamily, hotels, brand new construction, to remodels. We can do everything. We're also a certified women-owned company and a minority company as well. So we can do a lot of government work. We can do a lot of remodels and such as well. But we also are open to doing, the condo down the street.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We can do basically anything And in Florida, we also do countertops and cabinets and have connections with general contractors. So if you're looking for a little bit more than just a little bit of a facelift, we are able to help you out with that as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
So what are some of the projects that you guys have worked on that you're particularly proud of?
Oh, gosh. We have done like some Marriott hotels, Hyatt hotels, Essex apartments, Summer Hill apartments, Prometheus apartments. Like we've worked with a lot of the big builders. But around here, we've done quite a few really nice remodels on some short-term rentals, which we really like to do. Yeah. Obviously, that season currently is a little slow because it's busy on the making the money side, Yeah. But we finished a couple right before season started, and they just look so updated, right? Like so fresh and open, and they have the
clean,
so clean, the light floors, the light cabinets, the big countertops. It's really fun to see your design. I love design, and I'm able to take someone's idea. Send me your Pinterest boards. And I can get you what you want. And it's fun because maybe your Pinterest board is like a $60,000 remodel and your budget is 30. We can make it happen.
Yeah.
You just have to. You may not get the brand that you like, but I can get something. They're all made in the same factory. It's like there's a lot of shortcuts that can be made. Or if you want to go and you want to get that Italian marble and go all the way, we can do that too. So we're happy to help you get what you want.
What sets you apart from other flooring contractors in this area?
I feel like our experience, like I said, with our generations of experience, I think that really helps. And also, we are from California, and so I still work in that industry every day, and I feel like we get a lot, of the trends and more information earlier. So we can bring those to our clients, And also, like, I'm big on like the low tox lifestyle and stuff, like in my personal residence and life, but I also know that that's coming as well.
Yes.
Because people are realizing that, maybe the carpet's not the best thing, or this vinyl plank, even though it's cheap, maybe it's not, but like there's better options, right? Recycling sounds good, right? And it's better for the environment on one hand, but a lot of times you want the virgin vinyl in your house because it doesn't have the off-gassing and, a lot more of the hardwoods and the hard surfaces. And, so I'm happy to educate people on that, like how we can, do the mold testing. If you are doing a remodel, we want to make sure and we seal everything because mold's a real issue, and especially in Florida and all the remodeling and stuff. And how do we waterproof that, right? So like those are extra expenses, but they're worth every penny.
100%. Yeah, we had a guest on recently that was talking about bringing wellness into
well-built
the
homes. She's going to be a speaker at the summit, actually.
Oh, awesome. I have to meet her.
Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah, and we met some people when we went to IBS too. And
that is a trend.
It's definitely a big trend right now. And one of the people we talked to did countertops that are made with like silver and things that are supposed to be naturally microbial and all of that kind of stuff, which is really interesting.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of things coming to the market, but that also goes back to, I said in the beginning, sometimes the original stuff is, like hardwood. Hardwood, it's wood. It's like if you seal your floors, and yes, it's going to be a more expensive investment than something else, but it'll last you forever. Look at these houses that, we used to watch on HGTV, right? And they'd pull the carpet up and
and they're
hardwood from like the 1900s. It's like, why did you cover that?
Yes.
And it's still there, and you can refinish the good stuff forever.
Yeah.
Quick break to tell you about Blueprint, the luxury annual guide to remodeling, construction, and design for the Emerald Coast. Blueprint helps your business get in front of homeowners who are actively planning high-end projects. Through a beautifully curated print publication plus digital and social exposure. If you want your brand seen by homeowners before they choose a builder, designer, or trade partner, now's the time. Ad space is limited and the deadline to reserve is May 1st. Learn more at contractors-connect.com/blueprint.
So back to kind of your personal life, what prompted your move from California to Florida?
I was born and raised in California, but like I said earlier, I traveled the country my whole life. My dad also was a race car driver, So we traveled with him a lot. And so then when I graduated
Seems
college.
like he'd be too big to be a race car.
He wasn't always so, yoked. He used to drive a Top Fuel dragster. And so then out of college, went to work for the NHRA. And I traveled. And I just always knew, like, I loved the South. I loved, the weather and just all the things. And California is California.
But California has great weather.
It does. But where we lived, it was like, it got cold too much. And I like it out here. It gets cold for like a month and then we're good.
Yeah.
But then I just like the lifestyle down here.
Yeah.
It was just a good time. It was 2022. The whole world was changing.
Yeah.
Everything was just,
it
was the time,
You were part of the migration.
We were.
Yes, yeah. How did you go about building relationships here since you were kind of new to the area during that time? Being during that time was also a plus because a lot of people were all coming at the same time, so you're all in the same boat.
Right. I feel like there was just a lot of growth and, new people here and just going out, literally just going to the beaches and church and, just putting your name out there. I mean, going to your events, talking to people, putting yourself out there.
Did you find that doing business here is different than in California?
It's a little different, I would say. It's just, a little bit of a slower lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I feel like I knew that, you just hear California is just go, go, go all the time, no matter what. And Florida is a little bit more.
People talk slower. They move slower.
Oh yeah. Well, like I've always all the carpet's made in Georgia, right? Like, I don't know if you know that, but it's all made in Georgia. So I'm used to it. Like I call my people in Georgia, good morning, darling. And and I love it. And I feel like it warms my heart, but it's just like, okay, I gotta go. Like, do you have it in stock or not? But it's so sweet. It's like, I love to call and talk to my girls back there. And well, I'm back here now, but it's just, I like that. I like the slower paced, more, personable. Right?
Yes.
I feel like where we were in California,
like relationship.
Very relational.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask if there was a piece of California business and market that you could have brought to Florida, what would that be?
I would definitely say, our bread and butter is like apartment complexes.
Yeah.
Like we do like 200, 300, 400, units, and those are nice. Those are good. And I know that there actually is a lot of apartments being built here.
Right.
So, but just
all of a
slower.
sudden,
It's just
though.
different.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But, gosh, in Freeport even, I just looked over the other day by Hammock Bay. I'm like, I think those are going to be apartments, right? It's crazy. But also I like that it's not all overgrown here. It's I get sad on a personal level every time I'm on 98 and I see another chunk of pine trees gone down. I'm like, can we keep a little bit?
Yeah. Is there, has it been difficult starting over here?
I wouldn't say difficult because anytime you start a business, it's just time, and I just got to keep putting myself out there. I just got to keep showing up. I've got a couple clients and, they've been good to me and I'm grateful for them. And it's just a slow start, just like anything, it's not a 30-day, sprint. It's a couple years, and luckily I've built my business in California and we are still working out there and I'm still, they wouldn't even know that I'm gone, right? Like I've always worked from home. My guys are on site. I have really good foremen and superintendents that work for me and they run the jobs really smoothly. I've only had to go out there a couple times, but I will go back, meet with different clients and whatever's needed.
Yeah.
But it's just different, it's just the beginning of a business. Even though it's an expansion, it's still a new business in a brand new area.
Is there any advice you would give to other people who are considering moving their business here?
Just get up and get to it.
Yeah.
Just start now because the time's going to pass anyway. So the sooner you start making money.
Yeah.
So let's talk some industry trends and what's next. What are you really seeing as far as trends in particularly commercial flooring right now?
Yeah. So what I'm seeing a lot of is going all hard surface, getting rid of carpet almost altogether. It used to always just be vinyl, even in apartments. So vinyl would be in the living areas, carpet in the bedrooms, carpet in the hallways. Now they're just 100% LVP in most of them. Going a little bit higher on the wear layer to have a better product. And the products are getting better. They're getting cheaper, but they're also getting better.
Yeah.
So, the industry is seeing that people want the hard surface stuff because every time you'd have somebody move out, you'd have to change the carpet, right? So it's even though your upfront cost is going to be a little more on a LVT versus a carpet, your turnover price is way less. And they're doing that same thing in like TIs. They're just going 100% LVP in most offices now. It just makes, even at church yesterday or Sunday, I saw that they're changing the childcare rooms to LVP, and it's also less of a hazard, right?
Yes.
So it's like, it's not carrying the germs.
Yeah.
It's not, if there's a mess, it's way easier to clean up. So it's, people are just seeing the efficiency of it. Yeah. And like I said, the vinyl's getting better. It's getting sturdier. And then they're making a more, safer options as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Are there any exciting trends you're seeing in California that you're hoping will make it this way?
I really like the low tox, low tox ideas. I'd like, especially out here. I mean, California also, they have a lot of mold too, because, coastal. But I really like the whole, checking it before, making sure that your subfloor is ready. And if it's not, there's lots of options that we can do to make it ready.
Right.
And it might be a little bit of more of an upfront cost than you want to spend, but it will make your floors last forever.
What excites you most about the future of our area and the construction and it growing?
I just love where we live. I think it's just such a cool little gem of a spot. And I see that other people are finding that out too.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are looking to move here. And I see the growth, and I hope it stays steady, and there's houses going up every day, apartments, townhomes, like people are just looking for opportunities, right, to live and move here. And I just love that, like in a business perspective as well as personal, I just love that people have found this space and they are loving it. And that's, increasing the value. It's increasing the clients. It's increasing the population, and in a good way. Because it was a very, very small, very small. And people are bringing new things, People that come here also start businesses, right?
Right.
You got a new coffee shop. You got a new restaurant, along with all the things we do.
Well, you said that when you had your first child, that was your motivation to settle down and get in your family's business. So you have 5 children. How do you balance running a business and a family?
Balance is a myth. I'm hardcore on one at a time. I'm very big on being present. So like when I'm trying to work, I try to shut everything else off, and I'm at a coffee shop or in my office or, somewhere that I can just be with that. And I have recently found really good childcare, which is huge. Yeah. Because we also homeschool. So it's like we're all together all the time. And my kids range from 1 to 13.
Okay.
So it's like a big age gap, a big age range. But, when I'm home, I'm home. I try to be, right? And like I've learned that I can't be on my computer while teaching my, 5th grader math and cooking dinner, right? It's like I'm very good at delegating. I'll be like, okay, you do this, you do that, you do this. I need to go finish this email right quick, and I will come back in, a minute. And my husband is a great partner. Like he's really a supportive spouse, and if the laundry needs to be done, he'll do it. I'm not saying that didn't take a little bit of training, but we are here now, and he's wonderful.
I need to work on that.
What strengths do you think that women bring kind of in leadership roles to the construction industry?
I think we care. Like we truly care. Like we want our clients to be happy with their product. We want the project to look exactly like they envisioned it, right? And I think they may call that a weakness. I call it a strength. I think, we will go above and beyond, and we will make our clients happy. We will make sure that it's done right. And if it's not done right, we'll figure it out. Women are very, very good at multitasking and figuring it out, know, and your client doesn't want to know how you figured it out. They just want to know that you figured it out.
That is so true. I say that all the time. We don't need to over-explain.
Nope.
Yeah.
They don't need to know.
No need to give them anxiety too.
Right, yeah.
If we can carry it on our own.
You don't need to explain why you're late or why this or that. Just show up well when you get there.
Yes.
How would you describe your leadership style in this business?
I want my people to feel supported, and I want them to feel appreciated. I like to pay them what they're worth. And but sometimes that's hard because, your client wants this deal, and I tell my clients I'm not the cheapest. I'm not the most expensive either, but I'm not the cheapest. But I will exceed your expectations every time, and I will make it right. So, I'm not everybody's perfect, contractor. And that's okay. There's so many of us out there, right? And I care. I want your job to be when it's your job, it does matter because I know how much it matters to you.
Yeah.
Right. People save or they take out home lines, of equity. Like it's a lot of money, right? Like when you're doing your floors or your kitchen or whatever.
Your house is your biggest investment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I want them to know that I do care and I do understand. You're not just a number. You're not just an invoice.
What advice would you give to other women raising a family about running their own business?
I would say that it's hard, but hard is good.
Mm-hmm.
Hard is not bad. I tell my kids that all the time. Just because something's hard doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. And honestly, doing hard things makes you better every single day.
Yeah.
And so, you're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel like you're running on empty. And some days you just need to take a break. But don't feel shame in that. It's okay to rest. And it's okay to hustle. I feel like we just have such you're either a trad wife or you're a boss babe.
Yeah.
I'm both. Yeah. I feel like real women in the industry, not just construction, but just real working women, we are both.
Yep.
I love to make sourdough bread. I love to cook dinner most nights, right? I make my kids sourdough waffles overnight. You know what I mean? I love that. But they also know that mom gets up and goes and works out every morning and takes care of herself.
Right.
And she, but she'll still take care of us too, and it's she's also making sure that dad's doing this, it's don't feel guilty for taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself and your business and your kids. But and my favorite line is you can have it all, just not at the same time.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, and be okay with that.
Yeah. I love that. You've kind of answered it, but I was going to say, what do you hope your children learn from you watching you run a business?
I hope my kids learn that it's okay to have passions outside of your children. Mm-hmm. They know they're my biggest passion. Mm-hmm. They know that they're my life's greatest work. But also women in general tend to lose themselves when you have kids. And because the love that you have for your baby is just it's indescribable. Mm-hmm. It takes over your whole being.
Yep.
But then sometimes you lose yourself too much and you don't know how to crawl out of that hole. And it's not a negative thing. I've had 5 kids. Obviously, I love it. And I even fall into it a little bit in that first year, really just the breastfeeding and the co-sleeping and the whole night. Yeah. Give me all of it. I love it. But also there comes a point where you're okay, let's get back up on that horse. Let's go.
You can't be all things to all people all the time.
You can't. Yeah. Exactly. And what is your baby's only a little itty bitty baby for a little time. And that's okay. Be all in, but then also don't feel bad when you get up and you go back to work and you got to hire childcare, or you got to have family help. It takes a village.
Yep.
And be a villager, help other moms. Tell them, I remember one of my girlfriends when I had my first baby, I was like, I don't know how I can do this. How can I work and clean the house and cook dinner? She goes, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, hire a nanny.
Yeah.
Hire a housekeeper.
Right.
Outsource.
I think it's good that we've finally started talking about that more because I think for a while I was how are these women doing it? And it's they're not.
They're not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And if they're online pretending that they do, they're lying.
Right.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Unfollow those people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, I don't love cleaning the house. I'm not going to lie about that. But I do love to cook, but some nights I can't, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you can with what you got.
Right.
Show up for your family the best you can.
Absolutely.
And your work.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of family, our listeners may not know that our producer, David, is your brother.
Yes, he's my little brother.
And I know you care so much about family.
Yeah, we love David. He's great. So how would you feel about becoming an aunt again?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yay! I knew it!
There's another baby on the way.
That makes me so happy. Oh, yay! Passing the torch. I'm done having babies. They're all you guys keep going. Aww.
Your mom told you.
No.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
Okay.
Did mom know? Oh.
Okay.
Rude.
One last thing. Tell people where they can go to find more information about your business.
Okay, you can follow my business page, Unlimited Surfaces Inc. on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, and then our website is unlimitedsurfacesinc.com.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
If you're in the construction industry and your marketing feels more like a punch list than a plan, it might be time to call in the pros. At Bespoke Consulting, we help contractors and construction businesses get noticed with branding that builds trust, websites that convert, and marketing strategies that actually move the needle. Want to grow your business without wasting time or money? Start with Bespoke. Learn more at bespokeconsulting.com. It was so great having Alex on today and learning all about her business, her family, and what it takes to be successful when you move across the country.
Yep. So whether you're building a business, a career, or a family, there was a lot of valuable tips in today's conversation.
Certainly. So thank you for listening to Trade Talk, and be sure to like and subscribe.
Yep. And if you haven't already, go ahead and buy your tickets for the 2026 Built to Lead conference coming up in September. You can find those at contractors-connect.com.
Yep. Be sure to get your spot because they sell out quickly. We'll see you next time on Trade Talk. Thanks for tuning into Trade Talk, powered by Contractors Connect, where construction pros connect, share, and grow.
If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like and subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your crew.
Until next time,
Stay sharp,
stay safe,
and keep building.